On to the very next popular topic that we get questions on our channels almost every day. Which embassies and consulates are open? In today's video, I'll explain how these will impact your immigration goals. Hi everyone, I'm Mejer. I'm an immigration attorney and an immigrant. My office works with people trying to get legal status. Our office is based in New Jersey, but we can help you anywhere in the world with your US immigration issue. If you get value from this video, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for those watching on YouTube for any notifications. If you haven't heard my story, I came to the US from Chile as a child. I didn't speak English and for a long time, I didn't have legal status. I know what it's like to live in fear of being deported, and even after I got my green card, because I didn't understand the immigration system, I almost lost it. That's why I do these videos. I want you to understand the immigration system. I want you to get the legal status you want as soon as you possibly can, and I don't want you to lose it. If you know of other immigrants who would benefit from the knowledge I share, please share my videos with them. We have lots to talk about today. Drop a comment below to let me know which is most important to you to know more about, and if we can, I'll talk about that in an upcoming video. Before we jump into specifics about embassies and consulates, let me mention what I know about NVC right now. That's the National Visa Center. In 2020, the National Visa Center processed 77,000 cases per month. 2,500 K-1 visas were processed each month in 2020. 25% of the cases processed by National Visa Center were represented by attorneys. That hopefully means those cases were done correctly and made it through the NVC faster. As of January 25th, 2021, NVC's queue for family-sponsored cases that have a visa available and are being warehoused by National Visa Center is 312,782 cases. There are 11,504 employment-based sponsored cases and 3,905 for EB-5 investor visas. National Visa Center said they will be forwarding all cases that are documented qualified to the appropriate embassy or consulate that is open and processing cases as long as the post has capacity. That means National Visa Center is not holding on to any cases for open embassies or consulates that can process cases. Posts, by post I mean a consulate or embassy, do not request applications to the National Visa Center. National Visa Center checks capacity and is sending those files in the order that they were documented as qualified as availability opens up at that post. Once they are sent to the embassy or consulate, it is up to that facility to process them based on their internal processes. However, if an embassy is closed, National Visa Center will hold on to the application until the embassy opens. That means you shouldn't be contacting the individual embassy and asking them to get your application from the National Visa Center. We think following up with the National Visa Center is a smart idea if it hasn't yet been sent to your local embassy or consulate. What about if your application is over 6 months old? You do not need to submit new applications unless requested by the National Visa Center. What about your local consulate or embassy is closed? Should you submit your DS-260? The short answer is yes. When the post resumes via operations, if your DS-260 has been submitted, that will help your application to continue to be processed. What about if your local embassy sent your application from the National Visa Center, but then shut down due to COVID? Will they send your application back to the National Visa Center? No, they won't. Embassy conditions can change daily, and they may be able to process it relatively fast. So what does this all really mean? Let me give you an example. Say that there were 3 visa applications that needed to go through one embassy submitted on the same day. Let's say November 1st, 2020. First application is denied as not qualified, but 2 are documented as qualified on March 1st, 2021. The embassy was closed but reopened on March 15, 2021. National Visa Center looks at the processing of all applications they had sent to that embassy before submitting others. Say they have a backlog of 25 cases that need to have interviews done. Even though those applications have been sent to the embassy, they will complete the interviews of the other applications they had before National Visa will send the other 2 new applications that were documented as qualified. Once your application is sent by National Visa Center and received at the embassy, that embassy would then schedule interviews for those documented qualified applications based on availability. I know I mentioned in another video, the visa application backlogs went from 75,000 in January 2020 to over 47,000 in January 2021. I highly recommend, if you're applying for a visa, that you make sure you do it right. You are putting yourself in a long line of other applicants, and doing it right the first time is going to help you move to a line a whole lot faster. Hiring a qualified immigration attorney can help to ensure that it is done correctly and processed as quickly as possible. What about expedited cases with National Visa Center? Expedited cases are sent ahead of chronologically approved cases. So say in our example that of the 2 applications that are qualified, one is an expedited one. That one will be sent to the embassy immediately, even if it's out of order, while the other will be held until there is an opening at that embassy and there are no other applications ahead of it. There is an expedited online email for National Visa Center. Do not use the online inquiry form. If you submit an online inquiry form, it will delay the processing of your application. National Visa Center said that it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for your paper file to reach their office from USCIS. So if you've gotten an I-797 notice from USCIS that your case was approved, meaning the initial part of family-based petition, the I-130, so let's say the I-130 was approved, give it at least 4 to 6 weeks before expecting National Visa Center to have your file and start processing. One bit of good news is that if you have submitted a visa fee, but your application has not yet been processed, the Department of State announced on April 1st, 2021, that your visa fees will not need to be paid again through September 2022. I hope it doesn't take that long to process your application. We are asked almost every day about specific openings for consulates and embassies. We reply to almost everyone that we cannot know information about each individual consulate or embassy daily, even when we have clients that go to them. We recently had several clients who went to Ciudad Juarez in Mexico. Because of COVID, they may close unexpectedly. We recommend contacting the local embassy for information. You should be able to see if they are open on their website, as the State Department has told them to update their open information on their website daily. We do have information about a few embassies, but this is only as good as the information we had when we filmed this video in April. Islamabad. This is one of the most complicated embassies as of April 2021. Right now, the only way to get an interview at Islamabad is to file for an expedited interview. I do recommend that you have an immigration attorney help you with this process, as you must make a legal argument as to why you qualify for expedited processing. Philippines. They are limited in what they can do due to country conditions. Expedited cases are working there. You only have one chance for an expedited case. They are not letting you apply more than once. I recommend that if you don't hire an immigration attorney to file for an expedited process, that you be very careful. Make sure that your expedited application doesn't have any reason for it to be rejected. If it is, you won't get a chance to resubmit it at this time because of the overwhelming number of applications that they're getting. Brazil is slowly starting to schedule interviews, but is not fully reopened. We found that expediting processing is being done here. So if you need an interview here in Brazil, then that may be a good option for you. Thank you to everyone who watched, likes, and comments on our videos. One of the reasons I became an attorney was to help other people. If you need help with your immigration case, call us. We can't help everyone who contacts us, but if we can't help you, we won't take your money. Thanks for watching, stay healthy, and be well.